Welcome, Dungeon Masters. Let's continue on. From last week, we did initiative, how to set it up, and a couple of tips and a macro, which I will also post in comments on this video as well. This is a initiative macro for you. It will really help you out. But let's go into running your first combat and a few tips and tricks on how to speed things up. 5e is kind of notorious, 5th edition, for combat's lasting a long time. We do not want to run a 2-hour session and have an hour and a half of that session devoted to purely combat. We do want combat, but we also want to get some things accomplished and the game moving. So let's go here. We are setting up. Actually, let's just change this title, working title. This was the initiative session. This will be the combat session. So save that. Using the same scenario, Dragon of Stormwreck Isle. There are a couple of settings we want to get first. So we're going to hit the settings button, go to game settings, and there's going to be a lot of buttons and toggles to switch, but we're going to use just a few of these. So I always want to roll initiative, because if they have initiative, use the right-hand number. If they do not have initiative, just use the left-hand number. It saves time. Never whisper rolls. I always like to roll publicly. That's DM preference, though. This is auto damage roll. So you can say don't auto roll damage or auto roll damage and crit. I like to have this. Some DMs don't, but it just saves a lot of time for me anyway. And we want to, we can check all of these Dex tiebreaker, show global modifier field, save field, skill field. These are for things like bless, attack, yeah, global damage modifier. Okay, that's good. And we're going to save the changes. We're about ready to launch our game now. So we are here, as you can see, going over the combat, running your first combat, some tips to make your combats easier. And let's click launch game. Okay, so we are in the game again. This is the Dragon of Stormwreck Isle, and we'll get started shortly from where we left off on the initiative tutorial. So our party has exited the beach. Let's take some of these markers off. This was from earlier demo. 16. I think she's got 12. So if we're not sure how many hit points these characters have, you can hold Alt, double click, it'll open them up. 13 hit points. Let's see. Remove these token markers briefly and we'll reset. 11. Okay, just to reset completely, let's have our characters coming off the docks. And put the zombies on the GM layer so they cannot be seen off the docks or off the boat. And as they approach, they're coming off this boat back here. They were dropped off by sailors, and they're trying to find a temple, it's a famous temple, and knowledge seekers, sages, people seeking solace will often come here. Let's do a quick read aloud of what they encounter as they exit the dock. Actually do some introductions. This is Aklali, the human fighter. Did things simply, everybody's human. Ipa, the cleric. Avupe, the rogue. And last but not least, bringing up the rear is a Glom. This is a magic user, so expect some spells, hopefully. As they walk up the beach, to start their climb, they hear a ruckus of splashing and a wet, gurgling moan is behind you. 3 figures are standing there, very unkempt, and they are in, looks like sailor's clothes. But their skin is gray, and they look drowned. Seawater drools from their slack mouths as they lurch towards you hungrily. The party probably is not that eager to part with their flesh, so we can expect a combat here. Um, let's bring them over to the token layer. There they are. And we will enter into initiative. So again, from last week, our last video, we learned ways to turn order actually is underneath the ruler, and it'll say turn order right there. So measure and then turn order. This is Roll20 I'm using. Once that's open, you can either open up each character sheet and click initiative, or if you use the macro, you can just click the tokens and hit initiative, and it'll populate. Highly, highly recommend the macro. It is very easy to add numerous characters. The players will get used to it quickly, and they will be thankful. They don't have to open up their sheet every time they need to click initiative. So everyone is in. A little bit of guidance is provided for this fight, particularly if you're a new DM. So using initiative rules. On the zombies initiative count, they move towards the characters. They only move 20 feet. So if they're not close enough to actually engage the characters, they will use the dash action. So dash will give you double your movement, but you cannot take an action after that. So we are sorted. The zombie goes first. If you hover over the image, it will tell you which one's going first. So this zombie here, let's see how far he has to go. He can actually reach a collie here, and he's going to try to slam, give her a slam. So we're going to click the token, hit Alt, double click, opens up. The zombies do not have much going on. They've got undead fortitude, they've got a slam. So he's going to do a slam. 17 will hit though, and it is going to be for 5. So again, we've rolled advantage, disadvantage. We've also rolled damage and then a crit as well. But he doesn't get the crit, he just gets the 5. So Akali has been hit with that 17. And it is now a Glom's turn. So if you left click and hold, you can drag. Left click and hold while you're pressing the right button, you can drag, and it will show you how far you moved. So she can go through a Vupe. It's a 10-foot square. It's difficult terrain, so she could move up to 25 feet, but she's going to move here. Stop. And again, we're going to Alt, double click, and all of her offensive spells are underneath her hit points on this sheet. She's got Firebolt, Magic Missile, Chromatic Orb. She's going to try to hit the zombie with a Chromatic Orb, the one that just attacked. At level 1, we are level 1. A 12 will hit for 10 damage. So if we click these characters, there are going to be green bubbles that are going to pop up, and those are hit points. So we can hit -10, and he's lowered down to 12 right now. Second zombie. Let's see how much movement he's got. Okay, he's going to have to dash and stop there. Ipa is not happy that her friend's been damaged, so she is going to cast a spell. And also the cleric, she's actually, though, not going to use one of her attack spells or a weapon. She's going to cast a bless spell. So we go to spells, bless. If you hover over it, there's a red caption. It'll show this in chat. If you're just interested in what it does, you can click the eye and read it out, but we want to post this in chat. So all creatures within 30 feet, her allies. So we can use the measuring tool to find out how far away these people are. 10 feet. Yeah, easy cover. So bless on all of the party members. So remember, we click that global modifier in settings. So what does that mean? So we can open up Clolly. And if we go down here, and it is not showing up. So just as well. We'll keep track of it ourselves. I think it's because I already had the tokens drawn onto the board. That's what it is. So we're going to give a notification, a token marker for each one of these characters that does have bless. So just to know they get a +1, I mean a 1d4 on saving throws and attacks. Here, and we're also going to put a marker on Ipa because it's a concentration spell. So we want to remember that. And let's do that. And she's going to back up just a bit, warily. It's Ipa's turn. Aklali, she's surrounded by zombies. She wants to take the one to the north out. Actually, let's fix this up a bit. So we've got 3 zombies. These are all identical looking creatures, although they don't look identical. I've created the tokens. So they look really creepy. And you could say, but they're all pretty similar looking still. So this can become a little bit hectic, like which one do you want to go for? Which ones you want to hit? So we want to distinguish these. So we'll mark them with colors: yellow, green, and the guy who's not gone yet, we're going to mark him with a red. So now Aklali can just say, I want to hit green, and that's going to be north. So she does want to hit him, and she's drawn her maul. So we're scrolling down, we're clicking maul. A 9 actually will hit. They have an 8 AC, which we can see. It'll pop up. The blue is going to be for armor class, and the green is for hit points. So 6 more. The zombie is hanging on by one leg, smashing some ribs maybe. And he is down. She's going to stick there. If she moves, she's going to take an opportunity attack too. So this zombie, the red zombie, let's see, he's going to move up and dash and stop. So pretty wicked situation right now for Aklali. Avupe is going to move. Again, I'm holding down the left button and the right button, and it's going to show me my movement. She's got 30 feet. She's going to move here. This is a ranger. Clicking Alt, holding Alt, double clicking the sheet, and she will try to hit the wounded one with a short bow, and she does for 4. So um, click in there, hit -4. He has 2 hit points left. So things are not looking the greatest for the home team yet. Let's see, zombie's gone, Avupe's gone. Okay, guys, so another trick or tip actually. The zombies all have the same basic attack. It's only one attack. So they've got Undead Fortitude, which we'll go to when it gets there. They've only got one melee attack. It's a slam. If you hold that slam down and you drag it, you can drag this into your macro bar. Okay, and it's going to show up. And this is the code for it. So the code looks very confusing. If you right click, you can rename it. And we're just going to rename it Slam, Big Slam. I've already got one of the macros in from earlier, so we'll name this Big Slam. So we hover over the zombie. We know what attack he's going to do. He's going to do a slam attack. So as opposed to opening the character sheet, we can just click slam. 5's going to miss. And so we're moving through pretty quickly. Aglam is going to try to finish the wounded zombie, but also, let's see. Yeah, that's good. So she's going to cast 1 magic missile at the wounded one and 2 at the one right next to him. Okay, that's 3, 3, 7. Okay, so the wounded one, the green one, is at 0 now, but we'll get to the other part in a second. This second one is taken 7, so he's hit 15. So the zombies have Undead Fortitude. What does that mean? Click Alt, double click the sheet, look over. If the zombie is reduced to 0 hit points, it must make a con save with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken. Unless it is from radiant or from a critical hit. So he needs a con save of 8. It was 3 force damage. He's going to make that. So he's back up with 1 hit point now. See, so that was a Glom's turn, and she is there. Zombie here. He's also going to swing on a Clawly. And again, as opposed to opening the sheet, we know what he's going to do. He's just going to do a slam. So these macros are very good for very similar mobs that have a lot of the same attack. You can roll very quickly through them with these macros, and they're easy to add. 15 is going to miss, or AC is a 16. So the player characters are also set up that way. So how do we do that? Open character, edit. So the tokens are set up, name set up, edit token properties. So under the green bar, I think this is fairly standard for Roll20. You can make them however you want and whatever you want. But if we just started and we click here and hit H, we can go down and click HP for the player characters. And that's going to show the maximum, and it's also going to show where they're at, but also their maximum. The second bar is AC. That's the blue bar. So it's at very top, AC. You could also just type in A, and it's going to show up all of these you could pick, animal handling, etc. These are the most useful ones. We're not going to populate bar 3. You could put passive perception there. You could put temporary hit points. But those first two are nice because you do not have to open up sheets constantly to find. I don't have to say, does a 16 hit? I know a 16 hits. I can see it. Okay, so the zombie has missed with his slam. Ipa is realizing things are getting out of control relatively quickly. Let's see. So she's going to move where she can get a clean line of sight and cast Guiding Bolt on the one that's just been struck by a magic missile by 2. Let's see, that is actually. So we're opening her sheet up. We're going to go to core. She's got Guiding Bolt here. Click that. Level 1. Yes. So 24 will definitely hit for 12 on the red one. So these two zombies are feeling it. And Aklali, she's got numerous targets available. She's going to try to put the guy with 1 hit point down to her north. That's green, I think. And she's going to use her maul again. 21 for 15 will definitely do it. So that's this zombie is at 0 right now. And we do know that Undead Fortitude is continuing. So he's going to have 5 plus 15. He's going to need a 20. He almost got it, but he failed it. So he is dead. It's gone out of action. So we can click this token and mark him with an X. He's not coming back. He's gone to the nether realm. And Aklali is bracing herself for more attacks. A zombie, the red zombie, the red marking, is going to try to slam. 15 is going to miss at 16 AC. So things have shifted quite a bit in the good guy's favor. Abube. She's got 20. She's going to swing here, shoot on the wounded guy with her short bow. See down here. $18 for 4. So he's down, but not out. Maybe not out, potentially. So he needs a 5 plus a 4. He needs a 9 con save. 15 makes it. So he's back up with 1 hit point. And our zombie, less healthy zombie here. No, he's dead. So to remove creatures from initiative, this will help clean things up quite a bit. Just click on the image, and they're gone. Let's say something happened. A necromancer strolled by and cast Animate Dead. How do I add him back in? You can just right click and hit Add Turn. But he's dead. He's gone for now. So we're going to remove that 0. Now, just a note on pace and how I like to run games. Again, combat can take a long time in 5e. This is a simple combat, but if people are missing a lot, things can take quite a while. We do not want our sessions to be bogged down in hour and a half long combat. Sometimes that's unavoidable, but if we can speed things up, we want to. So how do we keep our players involved? A glom is up right now. And so I'm going to say, a glom, you're up. What do you want to do? and this will hopefully get their attention and wake them up a bit. If we're having connection issues, if someone's on mute, that's fine. Um, you can skip them, you can add them back in, but let's keep the combat going. So, you call the players' names out. Aglam, you were up. What do you want to do? And it keeps the players aware. So Aglam is determined to put down the zombie with 1 hit point, although let's see if she has any spell slots left. She has no spell slots left, so she is going to have to. Let's see, not a whole lot she can do. Yeah, she can firebolt. Yeah, so firebolt 20 for 3 will hit, and let's hit Alt, double click. Okay, unless it's radiant or a fatal hit, so that's not radiant. That is fire damage, and it's going to need a 8 con save. 13. So still up again with 1 hit point. Zombies are very tedious to fight. Um, and this combat's going on a while. That's okay. This is fun though. The players, particularly if they're new, are having fun. Maybe not the one being damaged, but the others are. So this zombie is healthy. Yellow. He's going to bet a big slam on a Clawley. 10's going to miss though. All right. So Ipa, I would call her name Ipa. Um, Situation is kind of fluid. What do you want to do? So Ipa at this point hopefully is there, and if they're having a connection issue or anything like that, that's fine. Um, give them some time, but we do not want 5-minute turns, particularly at early levels. At later levels, it's oftentimes unavoidable, particularly with spellcasters. But lower levels, let's keep it moving, and that way you can advance. Let the party make some choices, do some more fun things in fighting. Fighting is very fun, but not for long periods of time. So Ipa is a cleric. She knows they need radiant damage to kill them. So she's going to try to hit the wounded one. He needs a dexterity saving throw. So click his character sheet, Alt, double click, and dex save. Okay, he failed. So he is gone now. He took 3 radiant. So we can do -3. That'll put him at 0 anyway. And mark him with an X. So the battlefield is largely clear right now, in the good guy's favor. After Ipa's gone, I would say, Ipa, anything else for you? Bonus action. Do you want to make a movement? Use the rest of your movement. She sees she's engaged. She's fine. Ipa is, and then I would call out a Clawley. What do you want to do? You have one healthy zombie to your left. Do you want to attack? Do you want to disengage? She is definitely wanting vengeance, and she will attack with a mulligan. 19 for 15. So we will mark him down. So we want to hit -15, 7. That's all he's got. And let's see. This zombie is out of combat. And we're going to click his image. He is gone. Claudia is gone. So again, we're calling names. I'm letting him know what's happening, but I'm also calling names. Avupe, you are now up. One last zombie. What do you want to do? And Avupe definitely wants to try to help her friend. She's going to try a short bow attack. 17 for 7. He has 7 hit points left, so he may be out. We'll see. Right now it's 0. He does need a con save of 5 plus the damage, so he needs 12. Okay, he's right under it, missed it with an 11. And we can safely mark him dead as well. And the party is victorious. And they all group up and start to trudge up the hill. Macaulay has survived, and everyone is very happy about that. Maybe the cleric gives her a healing spell on the way up the mountain. And they do go to the temple. And next video, we will be going over setting up maps, efficient ways to do that, where to find them, and how to place them, and also what sizes are good. When you need a map, even. I like maps. I do not like Theater of the Mind. I never have as a player, but that's fine if you do like it. That's just me. But anyway, this is the combat wrap up portion, and hope it was helpful. Just keep in mind, use the dots on groups. Also, set up the advantage disadvantage. Auto damage is excellent in my opinion. Um, and also keep calling the players' names in turn order. So players will drift off. That's fine. It's natural. It's human nature, right? But we want to keep these combats, the pace very good and fast. And so with that, I guess no better time than I think this is going to be the end. And I will see you guys next video. Like I said, we're probably going to roll into, not probably, it'll be a map video. Yeah, just showing you where to find maps, etc. Uh, have fun rolling dice this week. Hopefully everything is a nat 20 bare minimum. I will see you later.